Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Coffee and Hero Show, taking you through the new releases into the store this week. As ever, a little mix of some older classic stuff, some new stuff, topping up the epic collections as I always like to, and everything in between really. So coming to you from our little cocktail arcade cabinet. So anybody who's been in store will have seen this, the likes of Asteroids and Pac-Man and Galaga and so forth in there. But yeah, just a little addition to the store. But I'm here to take you through comics and graphics. So basically this week, we have some wonderful stuff, as I say. So first off, I'm going to kick off with this, which is a Judge Dredd volume. This is the complete Carlos Esquerra. It says complete Carlos Esquerra, big letters, but then it says volume 1 at the bottom. So there will be more beyond just this one. But yeah, it's IDW Publishing that have put this together. It's a very, very comprehensive look at the world that basically Carlos Esquerra helped mold. So yeah, nice thick hardcover edition. So that is the first thing this week. Getting a few restocks in. I had to get more Nightwing coming into the light, or leaping into the light, if you will. So this is, of course, the Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo story, back in hardcover as well. It just sells out every time we get it in, and there's a reason for that. It's just one of the single best comic runs around. Another wee restock, which is Spider-Man Life Story. So it's Chip Zdarsky, Mark Bagley. I'll look at the 6 decades of Spider-Man, but the caveat, of course, being that the characters are aging in real time as the events are happening. We've said it many times before, one of the best Spider-Man stories of recent times. I get asked an awful lot in store if we have any Scarlet Witch stuff, and there haven't been an awful lot of Scarlet Witch graphic novels, like individual collections, that kind of thing. She's a character that certainly appears in other stories, is the focal point of other stories, House of M, Avengers vs. X-Men, stuff like that. But I got a couple in this week. They're thicker books, so they are. So the first one is Scarlet Witch, the complete collection by James Robinson. So this was a 15-issue run back in the mid-2010s, 2016. And this is one focused very much just on Wanda Maximoff. So the thing about it is, it says it's by James Robinson, so that's the writer. The artists in this, it is like a who's who gallery. So you've got art by Vanessa Del Rey, by Steve Dillon, Javier Pulido, Marguerite Sauvage, Tula Lute, Joelle Jones, Mike Perkins, and more, and of course David Aja on covers, who of course did such great work through the Hawkeye series as well. So yeah, complete collection. That's a complete volume all in one, as I say, 15 issues, and then you've got some material from Doctor Strange, The Last Days of Magic as well. And then another one I got in, this is a nice big thick one. This is in the mold almost of the Hawkeye by Fraction and Aja run that we got in before. This is Vision and the Scarlet Witch, the saga of Wanda and Vision. Again, they've used an Alex Ross cover here. This is part of a range of timeless variants that Alex Ross did for Marvel, and they're utilizing them elsewhere now. So this is going old school with this. Their Unlikely Romance is one of the most famous Avengers stories of all. So this is collecting stuff from Jan Size Avengers, Vision and the Scarlet Witch, Vision and the Scarlet Witch Volume 2, West Coast Avengers as well. You've got classic creators working on this, such as Steve Englehart, Bill Mantlo, Don Heck. Loads of great stuff in there. And again, as I say, we get asked all the time about Scarlet Witch stuff, so I just want to try and be getting that kind of stuff in as well. Next up, one of the Stone Cold classic stories from the Marvel Pantheon, Captain America, Winter Soldiers. This, of course, the complete collection. Ed Brubaker, Steve Epstein, Michael Lark, Mike Perkins. This is, and John Paul Leon, of course, as well. So this covers Captain America 1-9 and 11-14 from the Brubaker run, and having read this recently through the omnibuses, it's one of the best out there. So moving on to some new stuff out this week, so some collections. We've got a couple of Marvel hardcovers first. So first of all, you have Venom Volume 3. So this finishes off the Donny Cates and Rand Stegman run. Iban Coelho does quite a lot of the art in this as well. So this covers Venom 26 to 35, so basically everything leading up to and including Kane and Black. And then you've also got the Free Comic Book Day 2020 in there as well. So this is Volume 3. This, as I say, finishes off the hardcover collections of Venom from Donny Cates. So if you've got the first two, it finishes off there. The next one's a little bit of a frustrating one because it's one of our favorite runs, as we talk about all the time. Daredevil by Zdarsky and Chichetto. But again, the hardcover Volume 1 of this is like hen's teeth, trying to pick it up now at a decent price. But regardless of that, if you do have Volume 1 or the first two trades, this now covers issues 11 to 20. So this is the hardcover Volume 2, subtitled To Heaven Through Hell from Zdarsky and Chichetto. And again, one of the best things around from Marvel Comics at the moment. A couple of top-ups next. So I just want to make sure we always have all the volumes of The Boys. Of course, coming back very soon, Season 3. or if you've got a chance to watch Diabolical, the animated short series as well on Amazon Prime, it's very, very good. So I just had to get volumes 5 and 6 in again just to have all of those. 6, of course, being the last of the boys. Next up, we have Casual Fling from AWA Studios. You'll see a couple of AWA ones in here because, again, we talk about them all the time. We recommend them all the time. There's great variety to them. And they're always these £9 price points as well. And I just think it's some of the best storytelling around at the moment. So Casual Fling was Jason Starr, Dalipor Talihich, adult thriller, not for kids that one. One that very much is for all ages though, which is thoroughly excellent, is Challenge of the Super Sun. So Peter J. Tomasi, Max Rayner on art for this as well. Some stand-in art from Jorge Corona as well. This was 7 issues in total and was just a lot of fun. This is very much a Jonathan Kent before he's aged up, a la Legion of Superheroes into Superman, Son of Kal-El. And when you've got the Super Sons together, there's always good humor to it, good sort of brotherly bond stuff, and good action and adventure as well. So highly recommend that. I collected all the singles of that one. Another AWA one up next. This is Chariot Volume 1, Brian Edward Hill and Priscilla Patrates. This is basically Knight Rider, the comic. Knight Rider meets Drive, if you will. And again, this was 5 issues in total. I believe this is the first one that has been optioned for a movie through AWA Studios as well. But just brilliant art, really good storytelling, really nostalgic, really good stuff there. Next up, we have a Doctor Who one, the 13th Doctor. This is one called Subtitled Old Friends. Jodie Houser, of course, doing the Doctor Who stuff at the moment. So this collects Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor, 9 to 12. So this is essentially volume 3 of the 13th Doctor adventures out this week as well. Another AWA Studios joint for you, which is Hotel, or Hell, if you will. So again, John Lees, Dalibor Talihich, the artist from Casual Fling as well. And Hotel is just this great anthology horror book. It's in its volume 2 for single issues, but this is the complete volume 1 there as well. And again, comes in at 5 issues, comes in at that $10 price point. Speaking of $10 price points and some of the best things money can buy, That Texas Blood back in stock, volume 1 again. This is the Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips crime noir. Some of the best comics of the last couple of years right here. Volume 1 contains the first 6 issues. Issue 1 is sort of a one-shot that introduces you to this world, and then 2 to 6 is one story arc. But it's very much in the sort of mold of Criminal, you know, the other Phillips, if you will. Brubaker and Phillips for that one, but this is Condon and Phillips, Jacob Phillips, John Phillips' son, of course. Great stuff. Next up, we have Killer Queens. So this was a project from David Embore, who of course we know very, very well through Canto. And the artist on this, I believe, is Carlos Balboni. So with this one, it is a 4-issue sci-fi series. They put the sass in Assassin, if you will. I quite like this little review for it, which is this is the Jetsons meets Gunpowder Milkshake. Quite the unique description there. Next up, we have Mighty Marvel Masterworks. So we've got the Incredible Hulk back in stock, first volume. This is the Green Goliath. So this is covering the first 6 issues of the Incredible Hulk. So with these Masterworks, I've been asked a couple of times about them. So they're obviously full color reprints, slightly shrunk down. But depending on the character, that'll define how many issues there were. So there was a Doctor Strange one, for example, recently. But Doctor Strange wasn't introduced through a Doctor Strange solo title. He was introduced in an anthology title. So they are shorter issues. So you got like 15 of those. Whereas this is the Incredible Hulk 1 to 6. So that's why it's only 6 issues as opposed to 15. Back in stock after it's sold out, we have Astro City Metro book as well. So Kurt Busiek, Bennett E. Anderson, of course, Alex Ross doing covers and character designs. You can go back and hear about me talking about this last week, but this is one that I'm definitely going to be reading myself. It seems they've just collected Eisners for years for fun. And then to finish off, as I say, I was talking about getting more epic collections in. So first of all, we have volume 1 of Carnage, which is called Born in Blood. So this is 91 to 94. This covers Carnage coming into Amazing Spider-Man, some other titles, and then material from other Spidey titles as well. So you've got Amazing Spider-Man issues here, Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man Unlimited. So if you want to get yourself Carnage from the beginning, that's what this epic collection is for. Next up, we have Excalibur. This one is volume 8, which is 1996 to 1998. So this is Excalibur once it was reaching the 100, so sort of 104, yep, to 115. And then you've got a couple of other bits and pieces, New Mutants, Truth or Death, and Kitty Pryde, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. So this was a storyline called The Battle for Britain as well. Got some great people working on this as well, Brian Hitch, Salvador Rocca, for example. So good stuff there. Next up, we have the introduction to the X-Men universe of Bishop. So this is volume 20 of X-Men. This covers 91 to 92. So it covers some kind of X-Men 281 to 288, the annual, a couple of issues of X-Men, X-Men annual, and some Ghost Rider issues as well. So as I say, the coming of Bishop, if you will, although the story arc is actually called Bishop's Crossing. So you've got Jim Lee here, you've got Steve Lobdell, you've got Fabian Nicasio, Will Portacio, loads of good guys involved in that. And then we finish off with volume 5 of Conan the Barbarian, which is of Once and Future Kings. So this is going back to the 70s for this one, so 1976 to 1977. And this contains material from Conan the Barbarian, a couple of annuals, Power Records, interesting, material from Foom as well, number 14 into the bargain. So yeah, always topping up those epic collections and getting new stuff in as well. So, but yeah, as ever, this is some of the new stuff going on to the racks this week. Some will be filtered into the back catalogue, some will be in the new release racks, but all in store and on sale from tomorrow, which is March the 30th, as I say. So as ever, I hope this proved useful. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll look forward to seeing you in the store sometime soon. So in the meantime, take it easy.